Hey, everybody.
Done early, man.
Yeah, it was a little bit shorter of a top 10 tonight. So,
okay.
Welcome to the Halloween
Welcome
spectacular of Get Off My Lawn. We'll have some other people rolling in as we move along here as well.
Yep.
Happy to have everybody in here today. Let's. There we go. There we go. Look, Batman. Special guest
Welcome in,
appearance.
everybody.
There you go.
I'm Batman.
Yo, where did Styx go?
He went that way.
Okay. Tell him to come back. We need him.
Hopefully everyone's having a great night here on Friday. Got Styx Man, Styx Wayne in the house tonight.
Go.
Oh, there we go. There we go. Got
I'm
Styx in the house. How you doing tonight, Styx? What you got going
Doing
on?
good. You're good. Ready to go. Got some
Sounds
good.
good. Dom, how you doing on this fine Friday night?
I got out all my frustrations.
Yeah.
Oh.
Hey, at least the weather's nice. That gotta be
Windy
something.
here.
It's it's almost November and it's touched 80 here today. So
Yeah. Yeah.
I am not going to complain about that.
Well, I rather it be cold. I want the fall, just to be fall, because it gets extremely cold or extremely hot. And it's never that in between. That's what I want, the in between.
It's nice. It's nice to have a reasonable length of fall.
Yes.
To be able to acclimate to the cold a little bit, let the blood thicken up. All right, let's say hi to everybody in the chat tonight. GTK Comics, as always, in early and often. Always great. Always great to have you there. Cherokee Metal, thank you for the Halloween-themed emojis. The boss.
What's up?
BK, yes. The Rebel, top 10.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'd be rich if that movie didn't flop.
Terry Floyd, points behind Pete. Gojira.
Woo.
Hey, there's Bruce.
There you go.
Repair Tech Tony, how you doing tonight? Good to have you there. Styx was going to buy a Maserati with the cosplay money if Flash didn't flop.
There you go.
Jeez.
Yeah. What are you going to do? What are you going to do?
Hey, that's the Styx stripper costume, man. He wears that mask. He dances on poles.
I'm back to my 1979 AMC Gremlin.
Oh, I got the wonkiest mouse tonight. It does not want to do me any justice tonight. There we go.
It's me, I'm Mario.
Oh,
I'll help out with the chat tonight.
I appreciate it. Let's see.
Thank you,
Let's
Bruce.
throw up. Let's throw up
welcome.
some stuff
HR
that
in
we
the
got
house.
here. Oh yeah.
Hey, Brian.
Always good to have HR in the house. Let's throw everybody up there. Oh, Halloween. So tonight we are actually going to be starting off with a new segment.
Ooh.
I'm not crying. You're crying.
Was that from Leave Britney Alone?
I don't believe it is. Oop, do we have another special guest here? I believe we have another man who is great to have back in the house here as well.
Finally, welcome back.
How was that flight?
My arms are tired.
Welcome, Jedi. Would you like to say hi to everybody before we get cooking here in this segment?
No.
Sounds perfect to me. Well,
Bah.
it's great. It's great to see you back on the screen, buddy. We all missed you.
Yeah, I just got in a few moments ago and threw some water on the face and jumped in here. And
Months ago?
yes, I did. I actually flew wearing this T-shirt. This is a comfortable T-shirt. So
Did you push people aside as you went through the aisle and said, "I'm fucking S tier"?
they just
out of my way.
They just automatically got out of my way.
You should send Dom that teacher. He might need it.
I need it.
His ranting.
with his business cards.
Yeah, but it was a good trip. I did catch a little bit of a bug there, so I may have to hit the mute on and off to blow my nose. But other than that, it was a good trip.
Seems to be the going thing with travel nowadays. Everyone seems to go someplace and come back with something.
How about I go someplace and I get something? I'm on Google.
Well, it's better than chlamydia, right? Just saying.
Nobody wants to clap or the
repeat. Always repeat.
I did do I checked out some shops though. So when the time
nice.
comes, I have no idea what the agenda is. I know it's going to be fun, but yeah, when the time comes, I show off some stuff I got, tell a couple of travel stories if anybody's. Probably not as good as Marco's, but you know.
I always enjoy your travel stories. They're always good. So Jedi, we're starting off. We got a new segment this week, and you will notice that the slides tonight will be interlaced with awful Halloween costumes. By the way, so we're doing a segment called "The Fallen Four." People can complain. Oh, somebody's doing a cold list. Oh, somebody's doing a dip list. I really don't give a shit. We're in a down market. If you're not talking about books that are cold right now and following the market in both directions, you're a damned idiot. So let people say what they must, but we're just kind of going to pick 4 books that are down a bit, 4 keys that are kind of dropping a bit. Not saying it's time to buy them, not saying they're good deals, not saying they'll go back up, but they are going to be books that, you know, are on their way down a little. Maybe they got further to go. Maybe they'll go back up. Who knows? But they're ones to take a look at nonetheless. First on the list tonight, near and dear to me, Conan 1 at a 7.5. This book is now at a 7.5, selling sub $300. This is a book that was comfortably going over 500 throughout 2022 for quite a while. I mean, even into 2023, it was around 500. So it's kind of taken a dip now. The most recent one sold at 271. So if you're a Conan fan like I am, and maybe you're looking to maybe pull a trigger on a Conan 1 because you've wanted one for a while and in a mid-grade, maybe it's time to think about it. Anybody else have any feelings on the old Conan there?
I know people love Conan. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
I was gonna say I don't think this will be long-lived on a dip because Conan will get hot again at some point. But
yeah,
this,
I was
like you said,
I was surprised. Yeah, I was really surprised just because with the Titan series coming out and people seem to really dig it. I thought, you know, it would have kind of lifted all ships there, but you know, in the mid grades, there's some softness. So,
Well, listen,
and I agree. This is a good jump-in point if you want that mid-grade.
you know, if you're gonna go for this, why don't you go for a higher grade? You know, if it's a down market, you might as well go for the higher grade and try to get that for a cheaper price.
yeah, the higher grades are very pricey. If you're getting into the high 9s, you're getting close to tens of
I mean,
thousands.
to Dom's point, if the down on the higher grade is about the same dip, you know,
Yeah,
it might be, you know, say you instead of paying 500 for the 7.5, maybe you'll pay 500 for the 8.5 or a 9.
yeah. So it's like I said, it's one that's near and dear to me. I love that Conan run. I love Barry Windsor Smith. Yeah. The Barry Windsor Smith run of those handful of early issues up till in the early 20s is tip top.
You know,
And if it keeps coming, I don't own this, so if it keeps coming down, maybe I'll jump in at some point because I really love this art. Just I don't know, it's nice.
It's a run
you know,
I've wanted.
It's still Conan is still a niche market. People that like Conan, unfortunately, and the last Conan movie did not help.
Is it the same people that buy like heavy metal magazine and stuff like that? Those are the same people that buy Conan comics. I mean,
Heavy Metal
yeah.
Metal Magazine went out of business, I believe. So now
Yeah, I
all
think
you
they're
got
on-
is Conan.
I think they went on demand print actually. I don't think they're quite out of business yet, but
Yeah, but yeah, I like I said, I
Close
love
to.
this run. My goal is I've wanted to get 1 through 100 of Conan. I am woefully behind, but if these prices keep dipping, I will be dipping my toe and filling some of those gaps in the run.
there you go.
Nice.
Next on the list, one we used to see a lot back in the days. That Adam, Legend of Blue Marvel.
Yeah.
That thing, this book was all over the place on everybody's lists, and this is hot, and he's going to be in WandaVision, and he's going to be in this, he's going to be in that. This book was comfortably over $1,000 book for up until relatively recently. Yeah, you can now get a 9.8 for under 1,000. You can get a 9.8 for $850. So
That sucks.
If you believe the Blue Marvel might make an appearance sometime in your lifetime before you collect Social Security, or if you just love the character, he's a cool character. He's a character that I still don't understand why they haven't introduced him in at least a periphery way. But
yeah, I have a high grade #1 in my box.
I have a 9.8.
He would have to do a lot more than make an appearance for me to shell out even $850. To be honest with you,
I'm not a big modern person in terms of shelling out big money for modern books. It's just not what I like to collect. So
He's not a name from Marvel that someone who isn't deep into comics is gonna know. Like Adam the Blue Marvel. Well,
he's not a Speederman.
You know, compared to other modern keys, there's only 1,372 on the census, and only 333 are 9.8s.
Yeah, it's always kind of been the toughness of the numbers with this. I mean, granted, those are big numbers when I look at some Golden Age stuff that I love, but for moderns, that's not
a drop in the bucket.
Yeah. Well,
I'll hold on to mine. I like the cover a lot.
The old Black Knight lives again. This Avengers 48 is now under $1,000. So if you really believe in the Black Knight and want to dip your toe into some of that Silver Age Avengers to get Dane, now's might be the time to do it. Like I said, it's so weird in a soft market. Everything is, nobody wants to be catching a falling knife. Nobody wants to, be like, oh, it's $900 now, and then you turn around and it's $700 2 months later. But like anything, you're never going to time a perfect bottom, just like you're never going to time a perfect top. It's probably a little easier to time a perfect. It's probably easier to time a top than it is a bottom in most cases, because you never know how soft a market is going to get. But that's why we're just kind of tracking some of these books and looking, hey, this is kind of dropping below some trends of where it was at for a while. So like I said, in a 9.0 now, or if you're looking at this, it's a sub 1,000 book now.
It looks like it
for
dipped
$8.99.
early in the year and then came up again in the middle, and now it's dropping back down again.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
On a roller coaster.
I like the cover. I think it's a cool cover.
Cover's
I like
great.
I like the cover. I like the grays in the background, and obviously the grays and the blacks on Pegasus or whatever it is he's writing there, and then the colors contrast. I like the cover a lot. I'm not paying $1,000 for this thing. Again, because I'm not sold on the Black Knight. And if I'm going to pay $1,000 for something, I'm probably going to go more towards a high to mid, not high, but like a mid-high, more probably mid-golden age.
Yeah.
Something before I do this anyway. No.
But
hey, you're into the Black Knight.
Yeah, I mean, who knows what they're going to do with them, if they're going to do anything with them. I hate specking on live action spec. because it tends to be so shitty. It's like, oh, here's this character we're going to show once and then shove away and never use again. But he does come up in conversation quite a bit, and he is a handsome lad. So I could see Marvel wanting to have him on screen a little more.
Yeah, we've at least had him on screen, unlike the Blue Marvel, where we probably will never get him on screen.
Yeah.
Which is probably why we're talking about this thing dipping, because it probably went up, right? It probably peaked a bit when we had that teaser of him in, what was it, the
Eternals
or whatever. Eternals. Yeah.
But now, even recently in all the way up through 2023, it was still a 1,000+ book, and now you're starting to have that softness.
When's the last time they used him in a story?
Black Knight.
I'm trying to remember. Didn't they give him his own?
I think he was in the
mini
Marvel Now run of something.
Yeah, it's been a while.
And that was what?
Then again, he's not a character I follow too much.
Yeah.
But I thought he had a mini for a while that was somewhat popular, but all that kind of tied with all the Eternal stuff as well. So I don't know. Maybe somebody's given the Black Knight a dirt nap. We'll see. Last on the list, near and dear to me, the ugliest of all first appearance books to ever grace a first appearance. This Avengers Annual 10 first appearance of Rogue is the shittiest cover for a first appearance for somebody, but it is still the first appearance of Rogue, and you can pick up a 9.8 for $6.50. It's you may feel that's pricey, you may feel that's fair, but that has come down a little bit. I guess as early as 2022, this was still pumping as a plus $1,000 book. So it's slowly coming down, back down to earth. And it's first appearance of a major X-Men. If she was on the cover, this would be a far more expensive book. But I don't know. To me, that old comic person in the back of my head always is like, first appearance. That's still an important thing. So
what would drive this back up? Just the X-Men again, getting more X-Men, because we talk about this when we talk about Star Wars first appearances a lot of times. We'll be like, oh well, we're getting Obi-Wan back when we had the Obi-Wan series.
Yeah.
How much did that drive up Star Wars #2? And I think it was JJ or somebody that made the comment like, well, we've already had Obi-Wan and we've had him before.
Yeah.
How does another introduction of Obi-Wan into the screen or whatever screen you're watching drive the prices of these things? So we've had Rogue,
a very bad Rogue.
Yeah, we have Anna Paquin. Not the best. Not sending X-Men. Not sending their best and brightest for casting. But I don't know. I think it. I'm not saying it skyrockets the book if she shows up as an X-Men, but bringing it back up to more of a trend if it dips below. Is this as opposed to saying depressed?
Is this story art? Is this internal art? Is this a page or where they take the man? I'm tired. You know what I'm saying? They took a page from the comic book and just threw it on the cover. Is that what we're looking at, or is this just cover art that we're looking at?
Nah, it's just cover art.
It's cover art.
It's
just bad cover art. Okay.
Everyone loved annuals, but so that's kind of one thing. But like I said, I don't know. I like first appearances of X-Men, of major X-Men. She's not a secondary character. I know we talk about Star Wars a lot, and it's like this random Jedi that's seen in the shadows that appeared in one book and then dies in the next book. This is his first appearance sometimes, but it's Rogue. You know, it's definitely a major character. I was hoping maybe we'll get a tease in, maybe we'll get a tease in the Marvels. Maybe we'll get a Rogue pop up. I doubt it. But.
I'm just looking at a sale from October 20th of a 9/8 newsstand signed by Chris Claremont, sold for $1,049. That's insane.
It is. And I mean, granted, I know the newsstand gets the premium on this as well. I have it in both. I don't know. At this age of a book, to me, the only good thing about a newsstand is the fact that it should be harder to find it in higher grade, just because the newsstands were a little more beat up. But the newsstands were far more plentiful when this came out than direct. So
one of the comic book stores I was in yesterday, as a matter of fact, had this book in there. It wasn't even a wall book. They just had it in their not quite wall book caliber boxes, I guess.
It's no love.
He was asking, I think if memory serves, he was asking $300 for a raw copy of this. And it had a few ticks in it too. So it's not like it was a great copy.
He was I would look at him and say,
fucking outrageous.
Yeah, this is
that's the way I'd feel about
it. $25, $50 book every day, all day.
Yeah. Like I said, it's that first appearance that gets no love. But what are you gonna do? So I don't know. This is a segment. If you guys like it, we'll keep doing this just to kind of take a look at some keys, see where they're sitting, especially in a depressed market.
Do you think these fall in prices has something to do with the holiday season also starting?
Is it triple witch? I guess it would be like a triple witching, because you have the holiday season starting, so you already have a seasonal decline. You have some rougher economic times, so you have a decline there. And I don't know what the third one is, but the market. The market in itself. I mean, movie spec and stuff like that has kind of gone to shit with all the strikes and everything. People have kind of forgot about those little pops and cycles a little bit. And the actors are still on strike, so you're not really getting casting news of things, which is used to move things a little bit as well. So and it's not like we have major X-Men news, because that whole slate of movies isn't X-Men, but and Deadpool is again sometime within the next century, because they keep shifting that thing forward and moving it forward and forward and forward. So I don't know. It's tough times. So I think it's good to look at both sides of the market, whether you're looking to buy things to fill out things because they're a little more reasonable now, or just to know where the market's going. That's why I like lists. I don't like lists to know what to necessarily buy or sell. I just like to know what the market's doing, which way certain things are moving, where trends are going, just so you have an idea. Because if you're going and buying other things and generally the market's on a downswing, it makes you rethink things that you're buying. It makes you maybe do a little extra due diligence before going out and shilling out some money for a bigger book. That's my.
Let's get that Dazzle book, baby.
Swifties unite.
Yeah, that's it.
The same shop I was at. Yesterday, Dom. You just maybe this guy had a stack of on the wall. This guy had a stack of Dazzler number ones or whatever. He was selling them for like $15 or $20 each.
Jeez.
I don't know. Is that good or bad? I didn't buy any.
Probably
depends on the condition. There's always another sucker down the road. Nowadays, especially with that type of book.
One should be like a $5 book.
Yes.
Wow.
But it's not. It keeps moving. All righty, gents.
Oh, I know who that is.
Why so serious? Oh, man.
Well, I was going to say something else, but let me say my mouth shut.
I just love
it.
And that's not
okay,
even
corporate. Okay.
Don't
he
let
wanted a picture
Crucifer
of it
psych
too.
you out,
That's
Dom. Come on, I'm gone for 2 weeks, and everybody's got Crucifer like living inside their heads. Come on.
Listen, why so serious? It's so large.
I think what throws me off more about this is not that he's dressed up like that. It's that he really wanted to take a picture of that in the mirror with his digital camera.
And he's rounded in the fucking mirror.
Ah,
There it is.
He would have been far better off going as Penguin.
Yes. Let it go.
head of security, obviously.
Let me queue up our intro for the news there. All right, Styx, man, what you got on the agenda for this lovely Friday night for the news?
So first off, for everybody, I get it out of the way. The Doctor Who specials coming up next month, 60th anniversary year. They announced the air dates for the 3 specials next month. Again, with returning Dr. David Tennant,
Yay.
Star Beast, Wild Blue Yonder, and The Giggle. All will be available on Disney Plus Saturday, November 25th, the 2nd of December, Saturday, and Saturday, the 9th of December. I can't wait. These are going to be great. They've been in the can for almost a year now, and we're finally going to get them.
Cool.
So,
David Tennant, by far the best modern Doctor.
I don't even watch Doctor Who, and I will say yes, David Tennant is the best Doctor Who.
Out of all the actors currently, he has had the most work, really.
What?
Between Gods and Omens, and he did Broadchurch, and he's done a couple other small.
Broadchurch was amazing.
Broadchurch was great. I didn't like the redo of it.
Broadchurch was good.
Remakes
are always bad.
He was good in Fright Night.
He did, yeah.
He was good in Fright Night.
He was really good in Fright Night.
I mean, originally he had a small part in, was it Chamber of Secrets there as one of the guys on trial there? I think that's the one. But anyway, three episodes in the next coming month, starting on the 25th of November. The 23rd of November is Doctor Who's birthday. November 23rd. 1963 is when it came out, and it's been going with some small gaps in between for 60 years.
So I got a question for you, Styx. I
Sure.
got a Doctor Who question in terms of
Absolutely.
rights. So I know this BBC show, it's going to be available on Disney Plus. Does Disney Plus own any of the rights for Doctor Who, or is it just
Disney
in
Plus
cooperation
only
with BBC?
owns first run rights.
Okay.
They will not have any of the back catalog on Disney Plus until the deal with
Warner Brothers.
Warner Brothers and HBO Max and AMC Plus run their course.
Mm-hmm.
And even then, we don't know if they'll take them or what. But as of right now, for these episodes, Disney Plus gets first run. They do have a stake in the show with Russell T Davies and the Bad Wolf Productions, who are doing Doctor Who now. It's still a BBC show, but they're the company that's making it for the BBC.
Yeah, they're funding a lot of the show.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
good,
So
it's
they
good for
got
Disney
out of-
Plus because Jesus, they don't have much going on there in terms of new content
and
flowing
Doctor
in on a
Who,
regular basis.
whether you know about it or not, most people will at least know the name, and it is an international show where for Disney Plus isn't being an international platform because they have a UK based Disney Plus. They have an India based Disney Plus, so they have in Australia. So there's going to be a lot of good market for that. Now I'm hoping for some more products to come out of this, because it's been a while since we've had any good new like Funko Pops or any kind of merchandise coming out the pipeline. And I'm not talking T-shirts. I don't want any more T-shirts.
If I'm mistaken, Styx, I think I heard something that they're going to release some more Funko Pops because of the 60th anniversary. I don't know. I think
I'm hoping something drops soon that
Yeah.
they say, "Oh, we've been holding on to this news for some time," but we'll see. Give it a watch. I don't think you'll need to see. You don't need to know anything beforehand. This is all fresh start kind of stuff.
And
give it a
David
watch
Tennant's
if
a
you
damn
want.
fine actor, so
Agreed.
if you're gonna, I guess this would be a decent entry point for someone who's a little green in the Who.
Yeah. I mean, him being the Doctor again is a small consolation of what's going on. So.
And he played the Purple Man in Jessica Jones.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, he did.
He did.
Yeah.
Yes, that's correct.
Yeah.
Okay.
And he also played. There was another thing where he was a lawyer, and he didn't convict a guy, and the guy killed his wife. And it was like a 4-part episode, a 4-part show on BBC.
Oh yeah, I don't remember the name of that.
Can't think of the name of it.
That was a while. It was a few years ago.
Yeah.
What's with the pose sticks?
What pose? Oh,
Always like
that's kind of their, reach out to the ether, the fourth dimension type stuff. Yeah. Thanks for noticing.
creepy.
All right.
He's tasting the rainbow.
Up next, so Godzilla -1 will be coming out. It got a UK distribution deal to be over in the Britons, and it will debut here in North America on November 1st.
Yeah.
This is a Toho produced project, not Universal, so it's going to be not in that MonsterVerse
I don't care. It's Toho.
canon.
Yeah, it's kind of funny how
But Toho's the original producer
Yeah.
of it. So.
different distributing rights for Godzilla too. It's kind of funny.
I just hope that it's better than Shin Godzilla, because Shin Godzilla was a
I hated
masterpiece.
I did not like Shin Godzilla.
What?
Nope. I didn't like the look of it. I
Breaking
didn't
Bruce's heart.
Hey, I'm looking forward to that 3D live action 50th anniversary of Megalon. Friggin' that Megalon looks friggin' vicious. Looks crazier than 1973.
Yeah, and they have a new Shin one coming out too, but it's not Godzilla. What is it? It's
Gamera, or is it the writer? Crap.
It might have been Gamera.
No, it's not
I don't-
Gamera. It's Kamen Rider, Shin Kamen Rider, maybe, or Shin.
I think they did have a Shin Kamen Rider, but I
No,
don't think
Shin
that's
Ultraman. I think it's Shin
Ultraman.
Ultraman, maybe. Yes.
Yes, Ultraman. I think you're right.
Are they ever going
So-
to make a sequel to the Ferris Bueller Godzilla? Because that was probably the best one, right?
Wow,
You all agree on that?
Wow.
really? Let's go next.
Hmm.
Way to troll, Jedi. Way to troll.
Jedi will be Jedi.
So this weekend, for the Halloween festivities, Friday Nights at Freddy's, or Five Nights at Freddy's, comes out this week. They're aiming at a $50 million debut on a $20 million budget. I haven't really heard great things about this movie, but
Someone explain this to me, why a movie is making money when it's coming out for free on Peacock today. You can watch it today on Peacock if you have
Because
it.
you could watch it. Actually, you could watch it yesterday on Peacock.
Because a lot
Yeah.
of kids want to go see it for Halloween.
Yeah.
This game is huge.
Oh, my kids played it nonstop, and now they don't give two shits
Yeah.
about it. But yeah, they were obsessed with it when they used to
They'll
play it.
give probably even lesser after they watch the movie. But
I think they may have raised the forecast for this movie, Styx.
have they? I just pulled this up today, so that was this morning.
No, okay. I think it's they raised it.
It might be a little higher.
65
But,
to 85.
It's going to win the weekend. I think
crazy.
it's safe to say it's going to win the weekend easily.
We'll see how the Swifties do. The Taylor Swift's still out, and they might.
Yeah,
beat her. It's coming. I mean, these are kind of the last weekends.
Yeah,
the
she
Swifties
ain't
are
pulling
watching
in. She ain't pulling in 60.
No,
All the Swifties are watching the Chiefs play this weekend, so
Yeah.
I think they'll do all right.
You're right.
Yeah. So
If they break
not
up-
something This is not something I'm gonna go see. But then again, I didn't play the game, so I don't have a stake in it. I guess.
Yeah, this is this
I
is
just-
mostly for kids.
I just don't understand why they released it on Peacock the same day. Like they could have done a pause. They could have done a 4-day pause. Give it the weekend at the box office and release it on
Monday
or Tuesday,
Or
release it on
Tuesday
Thanksgiving
when
or
Halloween.
on Halloween.
Yeah.
You know, But
Thanksgiving would have worked too.
I guess
I think I'm gonna watch Zombie Apocalypse, freaking Apartment 4C.
You know, if this makes 50 million, already almost tripled its budget, so they're winning.
I'll make a
Guys,
sequel too.
Well, and I think that's why they're still pushing it to theaters because they want to make their money back.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And I don't know how many people they actually have subscribed to Peacock, so I'm
Me.
sure.
I do.
Yeah, I am too. But I mean, that are going to actually.
I was asking my kids tonight if they wanted to watch it earlier before the show. I was like, "Hey, you guys want to watch Five Nights at Freddy's?"
I only have Peacock because it's the only place I could watch Days of Our Lives.
Like sands through the hourglass.
I have Peacock to watch the wrestling pay-per-view.
Now we know.
You know, I've never looked. Do
This
they
plays
have
a lot.
old? Bruce, do
The
they have
guy
old
judging
Dragon
our
Ball
actions
episodes?
watches Days of Our Lives.
Yeah. These are the days of our lives.
Something's wrong with this equation, Pete. That's all I'm saying.
Days was good, but there's still no better soap opera ever than Passions when Passions was on.
Oh God, little Timmy and Tabitha.
It was the wackiest, weirdest, craziest thing I've ever seen.
Jedi surrounded by soap opera watchers.
I thought you were going to say
I'm
Santa
to watch all
Barbara.
my
I
children.
live with one, so I'm married to one too. So
Okay. I'll give you a little
for
piece
her.
of soap opera history. My name is Ryan's Hope. I fell off the edge of night. They rushed me to General Hospital. I had one life to live and one chance to see all my children. There you go. How about that one?
Right, so I put him in the corner.
Oh.
What about the Bold and the Beautiful, Young and the Restless? We got about those?
Dark Shadows with a soap opera.
That was good too.
Dark Shadows. I've seen Dark Shadows completely.
How about Port St. Charles? Was it Port St. Charles?
It was Loving then Port Charles.
Yeah, Port Charles was like the vampires or something. They had like crazy shit that was going on.
Yes, with the priest. He was a vampire also.
Yeah.
He didn't know it. He was his own twin brother.
Yeah.
I rush home from the airport for this shit.
Yo, listen. Remember all my children? Jeremy Hunter had a freaking goddamn twin brother that was evil.
They were all evil. All right.
Fucking outrageous.
Yeah.
Let's move on here. My
right,
mouse
next
will
up.
work. There we go.
So I didn't hear about this, and this kind of was new to me. They have a Looney Tunes movie coming out, The Day the Earth Blew Up, launching at American Film. I forget what the M stands for Warner Brothers Animation. They don't have a release date, but they said it's going to be somewhere Q2 of next year. This is a first time a fully animated movie for Looney Tunes. Now, previously they had movies for Looney Tunes, but they have been like movies that had cuts from the shorts, and they made it into a feature-length film. So this will be the first fully animated new production for Looney Tunes.
Deja vu. I saw this before, you know, and like something in it. I don't know. It's like a time loop. You know, I was talking about Bugs Bunny, $2 for a bunny. Figured filling up the Grand Canyon and selling New York City back to the Indians. The Looney Tunes episode, you know, back in the day.
Oh, the Hiawatha, or the Mighty Hiawatha.
Yeah. So this is.
I don't know. This will be they'll introduce Looney Tunes to a new audience, and I'm sure there'll be parents that'll be happy to take their kid to go see.
It's going to be watered down.
It's
Don't worry, you'll get
cartoon for
Bugs
children.
Bunny heels or something.
It's a cartoon for kids.
I want to see
Bugs
that
Bunny
earth blow
and,
up there. Blow up the fucking earth.
Bruna, Fruit Hat.
All right. Let's hit up the ultimates.
Yeah, a little bit of ultimate news here. So Peter Parker and Mary Jane Watson will be the ultimate couple for Ultimate Spider-Man #1, soon to be released January 10th of 2024. So the Ultimate comic line is coming back, and this is, I don't know if this is the first one they've announced, but this is what I'm looking forward to, the Spider-Man books. I'm sure they'll have X-Men and Avengers again. And
there's a Ultimates #1, Ultimate Comics #1 that comes out next week as a one shot, I believe.
How nice that.
Well,
then it, like a, yeah.
That should set it off, set everything off.
Yeah.
The the intriguing concept to this is the
Intriguing.
Walker.
He learned words.
Don't buy a thesaurus.
You got it up on
Go
the
ahead,
computer.
Tom.
I'm just saying the intriguing part is that he's going to be in his 30s already, getting bit by the spider. So he's going to be a teenager. So he's going to be the oldest.
Yeah, I don't know. I
with two
mean,
kids.
You
Right.
sure
I don't
about
know if
that?
it's gonna piggyback
Yeah.
off the other ones or. I mean, he's got 2 kids now. The last one, he only had the one girl. So now he's
Yes,
got
he
a
has
boy.
2 kids, and he gets bit as an adult. The spider as an adult. That's the different concept.
Interesting.
where it goes.
Either way, I'll buy it. They got my money, so good. Thank you.
All righty. Before we get into this, anybody got any pickups?
Who's that pickup?
I got one to
Kick
show
you-
later.
Kick you off
Not
here,
really a pickup,
Jedi.
but something to show later.
Wow. So I think so. Before I went to San Diego, I wasn't on last week to talk about it, but I went to Washington State to visit my brother. Interesting stories while I was there. We weren't like in Seattle. We were like in Navy Town, Bremerton, if anybody's familiar with it. So there were a couple comic book stores. One of them really sucked. One of them was pretty good. I found a couple of finds there. At least I think I did. But the interesting thing is, right? So my brother is not into comic books like I am at all. My brother is into casinos. So he goes to the casinos. His wife goes to the casinos. My
I like
wife
your brother.
loves to go to the casinos.
I like your brother, Jedi.
I like casinos.
I do, outside of gambling on paper, with drawings on it, I don't do a whole lot of gambling. So, but I went to the casinos, man, and I was like walking around. I was bored, but I was in there. I was just walking around for hours, just killing time, making the sacrifice for my loving wife and my brother, which was good. So then we go to the mall, right? Just off chance we go to the mall, and there's a comic book store at the mall. I'll get to that in a minute. But lo and behold, they're having a comic book cards sale in the mall, right? They've set up this little comic book card sale or show in the mall. I'm like, holy shit, man, this is cool. This is my brother the whole time. I'm sitting there looking at comic after I made that sacrifice in the casino. This is my brother the whole fucking time. He's like this.
It's like my kids when I take them to a comic shop. I want to dig, and they want to fuck around.
Yeah.
Leave.
Yeah. So I might have had 30 minutes. I didn't buy anything because he's just like acting like I was like, yeah. So really, okay. Back to the comic book store I did go to in the mall. I did find a couple of things. I found this book, which I hear is pretty hot now, unless it's not already. But I bought this book for cover price.
Oh, nice.
So
Very
not a
nice.
huge find, but I hear it's doing pretty good now.
Yeah.
And then I bought this book, and I had to do some quick Googling to make sure it was still pulling the money I thought it was pulling, which it was pulling like $50 sales and some $70 sales. I found one of the 1 in 25.
Nice. Nice.
Wow.
I love those.
I paid $10 for it. $10.50.
Oh, nice.
Those are some of my favorite Star Wars covers. I think they're sharp. As hell.
This is the first one. I don't have any of the others. All
The
right,
whole
so
TIE
that was
Fighter
Washington
series,
State.
not even those, are all really nice looking covers.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, the number one is the number one, Dom. That's like the really expensive one, or the one that's the one with the other chick on it.
Yeah.
So then at San Diego, like I just flew back in a couple hours ago. We had our biannual business company conference there. Man, I was like itching. I hadn't bought any comics like all freaking week, man, and I was just like wanting to hit some. So I finally hit some stores yesterday. I don't think I got any deals, but I was just really wanting to spend some money. So I did. I picked these up for my boys. Not that they'll ever give a shit, but I bought two of the Power Ranger number ones. Picked those up. And then I bought this. It's not certified, but it's signed by Peter David.
Oh, nice.
Oh,
I love the Pulp Fiction homage.
Yeah.
Signed by him. So I didn't have this. I think it's kind of a sexy cover. So
I love Peter David. So.
And then I went to this other store and kind of bought a Greedo orange line 6-inch.
McClunky.
And I bought the Boss Galea. I collect these. I don't buy them too often, but when I see them for a decent price, I do pick them up. The Leia Boss Blue Line, the early Black Leia stuff. Yeah, I don't have Slave Leia. I don't. Did they make a blue line or orange line Slave Leia?
Yeah,
I don't remember.
And they also have a Mexican 5-pack that has the Greedo, the Slave Leia, Boba Fett, Han, and somebody else.
You can take me down, dude. I'm done.
Yeah. Anybody else have pickups?
I do have boxes behind me that I got to get to opening that came in while I've been gone, so I'll be getting to those over the next week and maybe show them off.
I'm going to open up a box.
Let me guess, Mike Mayhew?
No Mike Mayhew. Surprise. No, because Mike doesn't offer CGC grading and certification anymore on his channel, so
yeah.
They're not certified. I don't want them.
I don't blame you. I don't feel like submitting shit either. Anybody else have anything you want to show?
I got a box.
Dom?
Open it up real quick.
All right, Dom.
I got a Hallmark.
That didn't work.
Christmas is coming, so
there you go.
I want to open up a Christmas ornament. It was
gonna be in one piece.
Available online. And I actually saw it in New York City Comic Con. They had in Hallmark store. They had the little setup for Hallmark, and it was coming soon. And she told me, make sure you go on a certain time. It's going to drop online. I got the Boba Fett on the Rancor from Book of Boba Fett.
Oh, Hallmark keepsake. Nice.
Nothing says Christmas like Boba
One
Fett.
of the coolest parts of the Book of Boba Fett. But I wanted. It's actually a pretty big ornament too. So it's just 2023 on top.
Yep. You put it in a tree top
real quick.
Oops, sorry.
So I'll pull it back up. Repair Tech Tony. Yes, that was at the Kitsap Mall in Silverdale is where I was at. I guess it was about 2 or 3 weeks ago now. Why, were you there? Did I miss you? Did we cross paths? Yeah.
And I got the Transformers. A Comic Mint #1 variant, Starscream on the cover.
Okay.
Very nice.
Very good.
That's it.
I think I have a few I didn't show up during my show.
I will pull you up there.
I saved a few.
Yeah, Daniel, it's weird sometimes when you find the rando box of signature. I have a stack of signed Adam Hughes books, and I have no way of knowing whether they're really signed by Hughes because
just
anyone can make an AH and an exclamation point. It looks like him, and it probably is. Oh, that's fun.
Pretty cool.
It's not one of the sound ones, is it?
No, unfortunately not.
I was going to buy the Hallmark this year has a Big Lebowski ornament.
I got the little hook in the back.
Sound.
It's kind of cool.
The dude abides.
I wish they would make the Rancor now to get it. I would get it just for Boba Fett. Pretty cool.
All right, you got some few, Bruce, to show? Oh, I caught you in the middle of a coughing jag.
Caught him taking a sip of whiskey.
Yeah, taking a nip.
Whiskey. First up, I have Mystery in the Space, number 65.
Oh, I have that one. That's a good one.
I love this cover.
It's another run I've been working on for many years.
Superboy 93.
Nice.
Showcase Presents, number 78.
Nice. I love the Johnny Double cover.
Strange Adventures 169.
Nice.
Simple Boy 88. Simple Boy 90. Metamorpho 7.
Metamorpho.
Nice.
DC Stars Giant, the man behind the gun.
Nice.
Fighting Force number 77. And Detective Comics 375.
Nice.
Nice. I like that one.
DC
Time Man?
there's-
Is that
there's
Time Man on the
just-
cover?
Kronos here with her.
Oh, Time Man. What?
Time Man?
What?
What's they got a clock with a dude on top of the clock. It's like Time Man. I don't know.
There's so much DC
It's a mob
silver.
hitman. All right.
Who?
It's a mob hitman. That's all it is.
Oh, I thought it was a freaking goddamn timepiece man. I don't know.
Timepiece man.
They got some dumb characters in DC anyway, man. Come on, man.
Yeah,
Nah.
as Marvel has Spider Boy. Okay.
Hey,
Yeah.
D-Man, son. We did the D, baby.
Who?
Man.
Yes, we know you like D from the man. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Next.
No.
You got anything else you want to show, Bruce?
No, that's it.
All right. Let me pop this up here. And to there, I got a few that came in today. I got my J. Stevens Dwellings.
Nice.
I like the Jack in the Box one.
Yeah. I was happy these came in. They're oversized, which is a bit of a pain because they don't seem to want to fit in a modern bag very easily without
she said.
some effort, which yes, it is. But I also did get a signed print as well with it, which was nice.
You order it straight from them?
Yeah, he did a crowdfund.
Okay.
It wasn't a Kickstarter, but it was crowdfund or one of the other things that you can do that's not Indiegogo and not Kickstarter.
Is that like what the Substack is, or no? That's something
No, this is more kind of like Kickstarter, where it's just kind of crowdfunding something versus just kind of subscribing to a blog or something. And then speaking of Kickstarter, I got my Nightmare Machine.
Nice.
This Gaslighter 6. Nice little cosplay cover. Everyone loves Chick's Plain Twister.
Of course. Only if I'm in the middle.
It's more cosplay covers. And then I got a bunch of Fearless Dawn, Steve Mannion
Those are cool.
books. I always love his work. Stuff is always great. And this was Kickstarter he had as well. So as add-ons, they had a lot of the back catalog stuff. So I got some of his stuff. And it was nice. Every single book that I got had a big vinyl sticker that they just slid in with it too. So I probably got 8 books. Each one has
Stickers.
the stickers with them and everything else.
Nice.
And it's kind of
Cool.
that is kind of the fun thing about the Kickstarters, all the weird crappy tchotchkes that they give you as well when you when they reach those certain stretch goals. So I have tons of dumb stuff like keychains and magnets and bookmarks and stupid shit with half naked ladies laying all around my office. So
How do you
That-
sleep at night?
it's very well.
But I'm surprised.
Very
you're not-
well and exhausted.
Surprised you're not up all night.
Oh, no. I sleep extremely well. A little sore in the morning, but I sleep very, very well. So
wood could put somebody's eye out.
What? God, you are not discreet and subtle at all, Dom. Jeez.
no, anything but.
No.
Yes. See, somebody else has similar taste as me, so I'm not alone in this world. Thank you, Daniel. For the comics now and later, I tried to stick with a little bit of a horror theme for this week. So stuff that's out there now, the Harriet Tubman Demon Slayer. It's a Flops cover. Flops is pretty hot as an artist. I'm a big fan and supporter of Flops, so you don't see covers of his pop up too often. And if you do, a lot of times you got to order something from his store that's overseas. So to see it on a main title was kind of nice. The Marvel Zombies, everyone loves the Del Auto, the 1 in 100. I personally, I like the 1 in 25 Albuquerque. I thought it was pretty cool. But with the black, white, and blood covers, you could probably pretty much take your pick in terms of whatever you like there. But the 1 in 25 is kind of a little under the radar. I think it's selling around at ratio. So give it a couple weeks. I'm sure you can get it for half ratio. And as always, you're always going to see me probably throw some Zenoscope book on the cover on the list because I just like I said, say what you want about any of the titty book companies. You get a lot of artists that you don't see on major titles do a lot of art here, and a lot of times a lot of those artists get picked up and they become artists that are very popular in Marvel and DC and stuff like that. And then people go back and try to rush and try to find that artist's earlier works in these books. And at that point, they're kind of pricey. I mean, Artgerm has a bunch of Zenoscope stuff, so, sometimes it's not good to sleep on talent when it's at this level.
That cover is pretty hot.
Yeah.
Like
It's
a hip proportion.
Sonny Matus has a handful of covers coming out over the next.
So you're saying
buying
TNA covers is a solid investment? That's what I'm hearing.
That it's a possible investment.
Stop.
I'm not going to say it's a sound investment, but it is a route to go as a collector. If you're a collector of artists, it's not a bad thing.
So what you're saying,
you can justify. You can justify buying tits and ass. That's the one.
Definitely hard making money.
So you're saying
a long time to get there, but you finally got there.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't know shit about fuck.
A hard investment for the spank bang, pretty much.
Like I said, I love the art. I mean, like I said, I grew up buying pinup art and stuff like that, and this is basically the modern day equivalent of So if your grandfather was a perv for having a pinup model in the garage on a calendar,
hey Joe, you were the dude in your school in your locker. You had the pinup in the back of the locker.
Oh yeah. We had to work for our tits and ass as a kid. It's not like nowadays where everything is on the internet. We had to work for that shit.
Yeah. You had to sneak one away from your old man, and that was risky business.
Oh, I know. Nobody wanted to get caught in there. Yeah. Cut one page out of the middle, and maybe they never notice.
Yeah.
All right. For the future here, Sidem has a few covers of Army of Darkness, that Army of Darkness Forever series that Tony Fleeks did. I just liked this one. I thought it was pretty cool. It was a very, very cool cover. But he has a handful that, if you're a Sidem fan, I enjoy his stuff most times. I'm not a huge Sidem zombie fan. I like his there's like Savage Tales stuff, but when he kind of mixes things like this, I think it's kind of fun. The FOC on that is December 18th. So you got plenty of time. I had to throw another flops book in my list because this is a badass fucking cover. Washed in Blood 2. Flops cover. The FOC on this is in December 11th. So you got lots of time. It's an open order book. So if you are looking to add some flops to your collection, if you like flops or just like a really cool cover, it's a chance to do it cheap because it's still open order and you still got plenty of time. And then last but not least, there is a new John Constantine series coming up in January. The FOC on this is December 10th. So John Constantine, Hellblazer, Dead in America, #1 will drop in January. It is an 8-part miniseries. So for all you Justice League Dark or Constantine fans, we're getting some more Constantine, which to me is always a good thing because that's my favorite side of DC is the Dark, Justice League Dark, Swamp Thing, Constantine,
That's a cool cover.
that side of things. So
Yeah.
It's a cool cover though.
yeah. And there's a handful of fun covers with that as well. I'm not sure. I'd have to go back and look to see who's publishing the Washed in Blood, but it is on the previews. So if you look at the previews, it is sitting in there. It's pretty out in the open. I just can't remember for the life of me who the publisher is. It's definitely one of the smaller scale, I believe. I don't think it's a major publisher. It might be massive, which I guess is kind of a bigger one now, but it could be a massive book, which I wouldn't be surprised. They've been hitting it out of the park lately. I just love this Halloween costume. I like when people improvise.
Booze Lightyear.
Booze Lightyear. It's if you're gonna go cheap, that's a great way to do it. I am quite a fan.
Oh, before you get into that, there was some news today about Daredevil.
Oh.
Apparently they have hired a showrunner
finally.
And a creative team to go along with that showrunner. The showrunner is going to be Dario Scotapane. His credits include Jack Ryan and
Good first season.
Yes, and The Punisher from Netflix.
Oh, nice. I've been wondering whether they're going to start poaching some of the Netflix talent that was doing some of those Marvel series, because at least they have some comfort level with the characters and familiarity. So that's good. I mean, so what are they going to do with what they filmed? Use it as filler, basically?
Well, apparently they're going to keep it and repurpose it.
Yeah,
sure.
I don't know how I feel about that, but
what the Born Again?
Yeah, there's only 4 episodes.
No, 4 episodes. Yeah. They said they're gonna splice it and take bits and pieces from them, and that's it. And then redo it from the beginning again, and add those pieces in between, just splice them things up.
Are they supposed to be half-hour episodes? Are they supposed to be half-hour episodes or 45 minutes?
I don't think they announced the time.
Like 18 episodes?
I don't know if they're keeping that number either.
Yeah.
Probably chop it down to 10.
That was a little ambitious, 18 episodes.
Yeah, it felt very Netflixy. That was always the big problem with Netflix.
Well, you know what? Maybe we'll get the 18 episodes broken up into 2 seasons.
You know. Or they'll just rewrite the whole goddamn thing and doing it in a different number of episodes. Yeah, you never know where a show runs. Yeah, at least they're putting somebody on it. That's better news than it's dead.
So it'll be released in 2030.
Yeah.
Yep. I'll be 60 years old. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
I'll have 3 decent vertebrae that work by that time. All right, Styx put together this great segment for us, going over some of these fun old Ben Cooper Halloween costumes.
So,
I don't know if you remember, if you all remember, as I remember as a kid having the shittiest of all Halloween costumes.
I had these costumes.
Where you were stuck with basically the mask and the plastic outfit, and the mask cut into your eyes, and the outfit wasn't really the character. It was more of an advertisement for the character.
Right.
But yeah, these things are great, and apparently Styx is going to show us that they sell pretty well too.
Yeah.
So
before we get into that, I want to just show you off one that I had in my collection.
Let me.
There's Joe.
Hey, Joe, get Joe in your collection?
I get you there.
Oh, there you go.
Hey,
I get you.
I got the Ben Cooper Joe.
Technology is hard.
Okay.
I know, especially with my dumb ass. There we go.
So I've got this one. This one is a 1973.
Whoa.
GI Joe. Now this is the original GI Joe.
Does it smell? You gonna put it on?
Does it fit?
This one, no. So this is what it would look like as a kid or whatever. You'd have this little mask with the eye holes popping out.
And the sharp angles inside.
This one comes with a great cloth costume.
Oh, that one was cloth. That's premium.
Yeah, so the older ones are cloth. Once they got into the 80s, they started turning into that vinyl plastic.
Yes.
To save money.
God forbid it was hot out for that Halloween, wearing that plastic. It was like wearing a trash bag out there. You'd lose about 5 pounds as a child.
Sometimes you were better off wearing the trash bag.
Yeah.
So, all right. So we're going to go through the slides. Now, the first slide you're going to see here, you're going to guess. I want you to kind of see the chat to guess who the character is before I show the pricing. Now, this one's kind of a gimme. There's a couple gimmies, but this one's kind of a super gimme. I mean, this is obviously Mario Brothers, right?
You're not in the chat.
Thor.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Never follows rules. Barack Obama. Yeah.
Thank you, Zach.
So, yes. Did we get it? This one is Thor. Now, this costume sold in July of this year for $250. This is another one of those cloth ones with obviously the costume does not look like Thor at all.
Although the cloth ones did a little bit better than the plastic. They really started phoning it in when they turned to plastic. I
didn't like the feel of the plastic costume, but I do like the artwork on the plastic. Not as a costume, but as the artwork. Like if we just got that artwork, that would be. But once you put it on the costume, it does look like cheap shit.
Yeah, I was Incredible Hulk when I was in kindergarten, so with one of these, and I felt that shame.
Yeah. So there were no more on eBay. So this is the only one that was on eBay that sold.
Yeah, I mean these masks would crack super easily.
Yep.
They would tear really easily.
Yeah, the rubber band broke so easy because it was so short, So
yeah, so to find these in good shape is nice.
Yeah. Oh, okay. You're out of order.
Right there on the screen.
The name is right
there. Sorry, they flopped a little out of order in the in the slides. I just pulled them in.
All right, so who is this one here? I think
the name is right there.
Yeah, I thought I blocked it out. I guess I didn't. It must have moved on me. So George Jetson.
It's Jorge Yeson.
Yoki at Taco Bell.
And from 1963. The only one that was on eBay sold for $565. So
somebody's juice ass fucking costume.
That's to keep that in that great a shape for that long for how chintzy these things were is impressive.
Right.
It's like a comic book. It's like a 1940 comic book in great shape. Think about it.
Yeah. At least.
And going back to like the plastic ones, to be fair, the plastic ones had a tendency to stick together and over the edge because that plastic starts to seep and
bleed and the colors bleed and stuff like that.
So, if you can find one of those in good condition where they're not stuck together and crinkled and cracked, you're in a good. But this is for George Jetson. I think this is a beautiful looking costume. Obviously the look of it had nothing to really do except for the mask with George, but the art on it is great with him and his little bubble car.
It's a lipstick on.
All right.
And he's smiling.
All right, what do you got next? Oh, okay, here we go. All right, let's see what we can get. See if anyone can pick out this one.
The greatest of all superheroes in a certain superhero team.
Taylor Swift.
Exactly.
All right. So yes, this is Dazzler. This is going into the plastic era. This is how the art would look, where you'd have the character in there on the plastic. So this was sold for $500, and the only thing on eBay was someone was selling the mask for $80.
Wow.
That was the mask only.
It fits a child 47 to 52 inches. Wow. I want to get this for Pete.
Wow.
I would consider spending that money if he would actually wear that for a full episode of Tap.
Oh, that'd be great.
Oh my God. Get the Marco mask.
I think that would be worth it.
There you go.
This will be my last episode on SN. Wait, I'll get off my lawn. Wait, wrong show.
Now, this looks like something, but it's an alien. I know that.
It looks like a bondage mask.
It's the Gimp from Pulp Fiction.
Yeah. He's been on the show before.
It's
He has.
Is the Borg Queen? No, it can't be the Borg Queen. No, too late. No, can't be the.
All right. Yes. We have. So this is 1979's Alien, the movie costume.
What?
From Vancouver.
that's just scarier than the actual alien itself. Holy shit.
That's a stuff of nightmares right here. Seeing that coming in the dark.
Look at the smile on the face. The box closed.
The outfit is the best on that. I mean, the mask is nightmare fuel alone, but the clothes.
How has no slasher movie ever used that in a movie? I mean,
I have no clue.
That's some scary shit.
That is scary.
Like if you were the kid that got that costume to wear for Halloween, you were making friends all night.
I think it's time for me to have some garage sales after this. Jeez.
Yeah. Anytime you see these in a garage sale, obviously condition matters, but even the boxes themselves can be a great buy just for what you might pay at a garage sale.
They have $5.99, $3.99. That's what's crazy. And I had these costumes growing up, man. I had them all. I had the Star Wars ones. I had the Dukes of Hazzard. I had all that crazy ass.
Oh yeah.
Yep. And this one had one still on eBay for less than the $5.99, so $3.99. Someone put it up. So if you're looking for one, there's one available.
It's so tempting because it's so badass.
Yeah, if it was the mask alone, I mean,
it's like somebody's parents were really metal.
No kidding aside, the mask doesn't. It looks crazy out, but when you see it in the box, it looks scarier in the box because of the everything's folded up and the black in the eyes. If you look at it, it looks scary. Look at the box.
I just might get it and frame the top and just put it in a frame and put it hanging in my office.
I mean, Dom's right. The box is scary. It looks like it's looking through a window at you.
Yeah. It's like it's in the white, but the black box because the outfit was folded behind it. The eyes and it look that'd be scary at night. And I come home to that shit.
Yeah. So the one up top is probably the scary. The one down below there and the $3.99 one kind of looks like he's smiling at you.
That's still scary, man.
It's still scary.
Is anybody else amazed they made this a Halloween costume for small children?
I know, right?
From this movie?
I had never seen this before today. So
after the sequels, I can be like, okay, it's kind of a pop
the first
culture
one was scary, dude.
thing.
9
but
years
this
old,
is not the first movie.
Yeah,
9 years old, man. That was a scary ass flick, man.
Yeah, a lot of it might have had to do with the H.R. Geiger. He was pretty popular at that point, so that might have something to do with it. So I don't know.
You got to figure those little the part up at the top. I assume that's made out of plastic. Those little shredded, little like scaly looking
Yeah,
things.
it's all solid. It's all solid. It's kind of rough.
Oh, that's solid.
Yeah, it's kind of waved. So
You go into a haunted house and all those faces are looking at you through the masks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This might be something I start to look for online after Halloween because I think I really want one.
Yeah.
Next week's show, Joe shows off his Halloween costumes.
Oh no, I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait until well after Halloween when people aren't thinking about buying Halloween costumes and try to find this because that's pure nightmare fuel. Love that.
Probably much like buying like horror and Halloween style comics. Wait till February.
Yeah.
No one's thinking about Halloween in February unless you're that deep into Halloween. So the last one, I don't know if you're going to get this one. This guess is going to be hard. The mask isn't.
It's timely based on what we've been talking about.
Yeah.
Catman.
So
it does look like Catman.
Yeah.
Man bat. No.
Pikachu.
No.
So, unfortunately, this is a case where Ben Cooper or Collegeville have repurposed some of their
Batman
molds.
mask.
Yeah. So this is a Daredevil costume.
How did I get that?
Oh wow.
Yeah. From 1966.
That's a chunk of change.
Yeah, it's an early vinyl. So.
Damn, really?
Hmm.
It looks like a one of those bootlegs. You go into like the stores, they get the bootleg toys and stuff like that.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it is funny how they did repurpose a lot of those mask molds to just kind of.
And there's some
crank that out.
costumes like you can find online like Superman ones that only have they look like the Lone Ranger mask to come with them for whatever reason.
Oh, I had the
Superman
Lone
doesn't need a
Ranger mask too.
but-
I had that one.
but they have them in different colors. And you can get them at
Did trademarking just not exist back then? Because we've looked at 2 Marvel characters and there's not a Marvel character on the box at all.
Nope, you got Mary
Unless I'm
Poppins,
mistaken.
Superman, and the Spectre.
No, not really. I don't. That one had the Dazzler one had like Tom and Jerry and those kind of characters on there. Most of them were kind of blank or black with like a star on them, or just kind of some kind of funky Art Deco stuff.
I think I had a Chili Willy costume too at one time.
Oh, Chili Willy.
There's a lot of things out there. I mean, I
love Chili Willy.
There's some really obscure stuff
Right.
that only came out for like really one-time cartoons, like Popples or Centurions and Visionaries and things like that. But if you find them in a box and they're complete, you're looking at good money because they were a short run.
You'll find me some Visionaries with some holograms.
Oh yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
What about Inhumanoids, man? Get Inhumanoids.
Insectors.
Can you imagine
I'd have to
if you
look that
paid
up.
$685 for that and someone just mailed it to you in like a bubble mailer?
What comes crushed?
Yeah, that I would be freaked out about how that would be shipped to me.
Right.
Yeah.
Unless it's coming
it's
from a
gotta be
collector
flat
that knows
rate
what the hell they're doing.
Yep.
I people can't figure out how to ship
Yeah.
a book, so I'm sure
Right.
shit no, they're not sending that well.
Yep.
Man.
I don't know. Those are
Well,
cool.
thank you very much, Styx. That was fun. It was
Hey, and
fun
next week,
going through all this.
we'll be doing Underoos and Freezy Freakies. Thank you.
Oh,
everybody.
Freezy Freakies were the best.
Freezy
From Dom's
Freakies.
childhood.
Yeah, I love it, man.
Dom's going to show us the one he still has from his childhood.
Yeah, dude. You
There's a
Underoos?
pair of underoos on now.
Hey, it's what they like.
And Jesse Pinkman.
Since 1977.
And one guy could paint him. The taller one could paint himself blue, and he could be Megamind.
or paint himself pinkish and be Sinestro.
Hey, let's dress our kids up as drug dealers.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
All the rage.
All right. I just threw in a little segment here, Know Your Cast. So what we're kind of going to go through is everyone basically pick.
Superman should be censored over there. Somebody put a little blur over here.
She's showing a little side pipe. It's all right.
Hey, listen, exactly. The two guys have bulges. What's going on there, man?
I don't know.
Hey.
Well, a little show for Christopher.
That's what you call a ballpark.
Hey, you go look at a picture from Superman from Christopher Reeve.
No, not doing it.
When he's holding up that bus.
Listen, not doing it. He is Jesus. I worship him. I don't see him like that.
And trust me, he's showing some pipe there too.
I'll tell you what, laying pipe down, baby. Let's do it.
Did you get this picture from a Viagra commercial? Is that a Viagra ad?
Yeah, it's 100% generated by the algorithms.
This was one of the cut scenes from The Flash.
This will never be on any other show because this was created for our show.
There you go.
That guy has like a side growth coming out his face. What the hell?
So the purpose of this segment was to get to know us a little bit better. So what we basically did is asked all the guys, hey, give me one movie, one TV show, one cartoon, and one album that kind of encapsulates your personality. So we'll throw them up. You in the chat, if you guys wake up out there, you guys can chime in if you think you know who it is, and then whoever it is can talk about the choices.
Ooh.
Okay, first up for the movie we have Cuffs, because everyone loves Mila Jovovich and Christian Slater, because if there's not a Jack Nicholson movie, you might as well watch someone who's pretending to be Jack Nicholson, Christian Slater. How I Met Your Mother, great TV show. Bionic 6 for the cartoon. And Iced Earth, Dark Saga for their album. So you all can guess who this person may be.
Who on the panel loves these choices?
Yeah.
I will say Iced Earth, that's a great album.
If you guys aren't going to talk, we are going to.
I have no idea. I don't think I've ever seen Cuffs.
So
throw that person up there to talk about their wonderful choices.
Yeah, so there's certain things I do like, mostly 80s movies and stuff like that growing up, and I did like Christian. I still do like Christian Slater, but I like the younger Christian Slater. He had more personality for some reason when he was younger.
I like younger Heather's type Christian Slater as well.
Yeah, so he did some good movies when he was younger, and Cuffs usually goes underneath the radar of one of his police comedy. Is it comedy drama? It's a dramedy. And what's her name? Rennavision. She is hot in this.
Yeah, Jovovich was a smoke show.
She was very hot. Yeah, so I really like this this movie because it had like the buddy cop vibes from Beverly Hills Cop and Lethal Weapon back in the day when they came out. So, but I did like this movie because it was funny and had a good theme to it. Look, he was kind of he was a district, like an area, like they had certain districts, like cops or rent-a-cops, if you want to call them, and so it was funny. It's not funny his brother died, but the fact is that it was just a funny movie up until his brother died. Then it became serious, and then it had a lot of comical moments in it, which is good. And I like the music in it. It had the soundtrack. I could never find the sound.
Dubs.
The soundtrack was never made for some reason.
That's crazy. I'm sure it's out there on a cassette somewhere.
I know, and it's kind of funny because all the 80s music. I was trying to find it, I never found it. But so that movie. Now
I gotta look on Spotify. God damn you!
I enjoyed it. Me and my brother liked this movie. Growing up, we watched it and we laughed and cried.
I just like the slow transition we make from your movie to your album. It's a wonderful journey that I took putting this together.
Yeah.
going from How I Met Your Mother over to Iced Earth.
I know, right? And then, you know, How I Met Your Mother. I really enjoyed that show. There was just one time in my life that I sat there and I was watching the reruns, and it really, I felt like Ted. You know, before I got married and stuff like that, I felt like Ted. That he was trying to find the woman in his life to actually find, you know, his wife. And I felt like that show was me, which a lot of people did say that down the road, which is kind of funny. But yes, that show, How I Met Your Mother, was one of my favorite shows on my top 5 list of shows all time in my life. So I really enjoyed that.
A good ensemble casts like that are always good because you always tend to find one character that you can kind of relate to, and that kind of draws you into the show.
You know what's funny? You know, I always figured myself as Ted, but people told me I was more like Barney because I dated a lot of women in my life. But that was then. But more like Ted because I was looking for the woman in my settle
Such
down.
a whore.
What happened? What happened?
You're such a whore.
I whore, yeah.
You're a whore.
Then Bionic 6.
Nobody's paying Dom.
What happened?
Nobody's paying Dom.
Hey. Bionic 6 was one of those cartoons that it had a couple of seasons. You know, it really you know, I love the music, actually the theme song of it. We are a family. I fight for them. They fight for me. You know, anyway, you can watch it when you go on YouTube later on. But the bad guys in it, I always liked the bad guys in cartoons and the guy Glove. Oh, it was my favorite bad guy in that cartoon.
It's a great bad guy name.
Yeah. It is. You know, it was. You had
Glove.
You had Mechanic. You had Madamo. You had Dr. Scarab. You know, pretty cool. Then you know, it's like one of those cartoons that they made the figures, and the figures were metal, which was really cool. When they came out.
Put somebody's eye out.
Yeah. And then Iced Earth.
Ooh, great band. Great band.
This band, I listened to some early tracks, and I was like, damn, this band is freaking awesome. And then they wind up having a collaboration with McFarlane to do a whole album with Spawn. And all the music is inspired on Spawn and Dark Saga. And I still have the CDs someplace. I kept all the album covers.
I think my favorite song on that album is "I Died for You."
Yes, I Died for You.
I love that song.
Yep. And it just, the music is like so, it's power ballad point where it's like really sad and sorrow, but it's his pain that for his wife, that basically everything that he's fighting for, he wants to get back with his wife, and he loves his wife so much. But the album is really great. You know, if you sit there and you want to listen to some really good metal and not too over the top, friggin' Iced Earth is for you, man. Check them out. They have a lot of albums that are out, and yeah, these are the movie, TV show, cartoon, and album that I hold dear because I like them a lot.
See, we love it. We just learned a lot about you, Dom. It's wonderful.
Yeah, I've learned that I know nothing about Dom because I've only heard of one of these 4.
Hey, listen,
I Met Your Mother is the only one of those I've ever even heard of.
I'm an open book, so don't worry.
That's why you're a whore.
I'm a whore.
All righty. Next on the list, got for a movie Godzilla vs. Megalon. For TV, we have one of the best shows ever, Supernatural. For the cartoon, Thundar the Barbarian. Can't beat old Hanna-Barbera. And for the album, Iron Maiden, Somewhere Back in Time. Who could it be now?
Who could it be?
Who could it be now?
And I was just talking about Megalon's 50th anniversary.
There's a guess in the chat.
Oh, there we go.
And I was just like I said, I was talking about Megalon 50th anniversary coming up in November. Who do we have?
Gonna run the full cycle here. All right. Who wants to own up to it?
I will own up to it. These are my choices.
There you go.
As everybody know, I'm a huge Godzilla fan. That's why Dub guessed that bastard. Out of all the showing area Godzilla movies, Godzilla versus Megalon is my favorite because of Jet Jaguar. And who doesn't love giant cockroaches?
Megalon. You got him in New York City. You got him in New York City all over the place.
Jeez, don't remind me. I haven't seen a cockroach in like 4 years.
Nice.
I don't miss them. But Godzilla will always be the pinnacle of fun movies from the 70s that were campy as hell.
Yes.
Yes,
but
very
good.
campy.
But good.
First time Godzilla had to fly, it was funny as hell.
Did he fly in Godzilla vs. the Smog Monster?
Yes, he flew
Tail
across.
behind his underneath
Yes.
his legs, and he flew. Yep.
Yes.
The tail slide is always my favorite Godzilla move.
And then Supernatural. It's funny how it started. First season was trying to be a horror show. And it really didn't get that much attention. Then the showrunners decided to go maybe a little less serious about the show.
Dark comedy.
Yeah.
It became like Buffy.
This is way better than Buffy. All they needed was a musical episode.
Big question for
They
you.
had one.
Yeah,
They had a musical episode.
Did you cry at the end of the series finale?
No.
You're not a fan. You're not a fan.
I watched it. I watched season 1 through 15 through twice.
Wow.
Yeah, I love the show so much. The Winchesters, they can never repeat the goal that these two actors had as brothers on screen. The chemistry was amazing. Them and Castiel, the third brother.
The one thing I loved about it is every year you would hear, "Oh, they're just going to do one more season and then it's done," and then you get another season. "Oh, there's just going to be one more season, then it's done." And that went on for like
13
an
years.
extra 6 or 7 seasons after they it was always on the verge of possibly being canceled.
What
But
was it 13 seasons, right?
15.
Not 15.
You know, from the actress that played Rowena, the actor that played Crowley, you had some amazing talent that came through this show.
Jeffrey Dean Morgan.
The
I don't know
Allward
what's
played
his
in
name
it,
was
right?
the lead actor.
Yeah.
Showed up in Buffy before you got the role.
You got Negan out of this show, played their father.
Yeah, I mean they had great cast, and they had such great. You would always get that one throwaway hilarious episode. Like I've always hated filler episodes for the most part, except for in this series, because when they would have a throwaway episode that wasn't really carrying on the story, it would always be one of the best, most hilarious, outrageous freaking episodes.
The Scooby-Doo episode was crazy.
No, the best episode was the Nutcracker. That was the best one. When they're on the Japanese game show in the Nutcracker.
Yeah.
The episode of Clown with the clowns. You found out that Dean was afraid of. Was it Sam? Sam was afraid of clowns.
I will circle back to an earlier Bruce reference. There's the episode where they encounter each other's in the real world, who they are in the real world.
Oh,
and he's Jensen Ackles, who used to play Sammy Brady's brother on Days of Our Lives. Jensen Ackles played that role. So that was I found that hilarious because when he said the line, "What's a Jensen Ackle?" It was quite hilarious. I love the fact that they had no problem poking fun at themselves. They had no problem poking fun at the show in general. And one of the best written shows in terms of being able to nail that genre of being able to be funny, but being able to be heartfelt at the same time, in that kind of supernatural kind of dark realm is hard to do and not be cheesy. And they did a fantastic job of it. And that's why Kripke, I think, does so well with The Boys. I think that's why people like The Boys as much as they do too, because he has his hand in it too, and it's a good touch.
Very good. And Thundar the Barbarian, Thundar, Princess Aria, and the Mock. One of my favorite Hanna-Barbera cartoons. Just magic and science in a post-apocalyptic world. It's just amazing.
Of science and sorcery.
Yes, science and sorcery. It was either going to be this or Johnny Quest. So.
I love the intro to Johnny Quest still. The intro to Johnny Quest still gets me jazzed.
I have both. I have Thundar and Johnny Quest complete seasons on DVD, of course. I love because they don't even do reruns of Thundar anymore anywhere. Insane.
What's about Thundar movie at one time?
And it's only lasted what, 1 season, 2 seasons,
maybe 2. Yeah,
it didn't last long.
Yeah,
I used to always mix it up with the Herculoids.
The Herculoids.
Herculoids.
And then for my album, I went with a compilation album because there was way too many great Iron Maiden albums to choose from. So I chose Somewhere Back in Time because it has 2 Minutes to Midnight, Rap Child, Hallowed Be Thy Name, Children of the Damned, Wasting Years, Iron Maiden, The Trooper. Just all-time great album that to me, Iron Maiden is my favorite band of all time. They have been relevant. They're still relevant. And if you guys have seen them, the last time I seen them was in the Garden, probably 10 years ago. And he was still, Bruce Dickinson was still running around, jumping all over the stage like he was like 20.
Man, I can't do it.
Yeah, that is my favorite album of the Iron Maiden things. I love that. One time.
You know, who doesn't love Eddie the Demon?
Funko Pops. Yeah. We got a bunch of Eddie the Demon Funko Pops.
Yeah, I know. They're expensive as hell.
Yep.
They definitely know how to put on a show.
Yeah.
Not as crazy as a Guar show, but it's
Jeffrey Drake is right. Steve Harris is a bass god. So hopefully you know me a little better.
We appreciate you sharing.
I'm not always HR and a douchebag on my show. I actually have a heart and feelings.
I thought you were a big fan of Menudo.
Yeah.
Yeah, Menudo just have your cool. Wow.
All right. Next up on the list, we got Ace Ventura, When Nature Calls, the fantastic series MASH, Scooby-Doo as the cartoon, and Quiet Riot, Mental Health, which is also a damn fine album. Who could it be now? Let's see, got one guess. All right, going once, going twice. Claim yourself. There he is.
You look like a MASH guy.
The one and only. Oh, MASH was a great series.
My father loved MASH.
So as I understood the assignment, and the other guys, well, Dom, I thought Dom wasn't going to get it, but he got it. Was we picked shows that were kind of we related to our personality? Was that the assignment?
Yeah. That we loved, but also kind of.
So yeah,
shows
so
part of us.
This is both. I mean, yeah. So Ace Ventura. If you watched Bruce for show on Monday, I think I picked this show one time, right? Didn't I?
Yeah.
This is one of my favorite movies ever because, like Ace, I am a joker. I like to have fun, and not everybody always gets my sense of humor. So yeah. So
are you a smoker and a midnight toker as well, Jedi?
Not anymore. but yeah, I love this movie. This movie had me rolling. This is the kind of comedy that I wish. I mean, what's his name went on to do other comedy like this, but he topped out. He peaked at Ace Ventura in my regard, my opinion. I just love this movie. It's just my kind of comedy. So MASH, kind of the same thing. MASH is kind of the same thing. Obviously, being military most of my life, I liked MASH because they were fun. I know I start talking, I wasn't gonna be able to do it. Go somebody.
Please stand by. We're experiencing some technical difficulties.
Poor Jedi recovering.
Yeah.
Travel sickness is
all right, I'll try it again. So yeah, MASH, it's just being in the military, when it's time to work, it's time to work, and then when it's not, we have fun, we cut up, we do pranks, and I just always I grew up watching MASH like after school and stuff, and it's funny, it's comedy, but it's also a drama. It's just I don't know, it's just a good show. And then Scooby-Doo, I'm like Shaggy, like to eat, and
you're scared of everything.
I'm the guy that I don't want to do it, but if you make me do it, I'm going to bitch about it and do it. And then I'm going to be the guy. I'm going to be about bitching the whole time. You're making me go into the haunted mansion and do it. So sorry. And then Quiet Riot's just my favorite. If I had to pick one favorite band and if I had to pick a favorite band and a favorite album, it would be Quiet Riot.
Come on, feel the noise.
Yeah, this is the one album. I love the cover for one thing, and then also
the cover just brings back so many memories.
Yeah, iconic, and then just the music. I can just listen to it. It's one of the. There are several albums that I can just listen to over and over, but Quiet Riot's probably it's on top. It's my favorite. Sorry, I can't talk much because I'm sick.
But remind me of your homage there with the MCM days.
Yeah, Mail Call Madness. We put Boba Fett's mask on it.
Yeah, I like that. That was great.
Good stuff, Jedi. Good stuff.
But yeah, these all four of these I think reflect my personality.
Okay.
I think you're good choices. It's a good wide range.
Yeah.
Next up on the list, High Plains Drifter for your movie, Twin Peaks for your TV series, Mike Tyson Mysteries for your cartoon, and Frank Zappa Hot Rats for your album. I
love friggin' Mike Tyson's Mysteries.
I'll let you guys work through this one in the chat if you like.
Talk about a wide range.
Yeah.
I've never seen Mike Tyson Mysteries.
You are missing out, sir.
That is a funny show.
Is that on
I've
Adult Swim?
seen excerpts from it.
Was that from Adult Swim?
Yes.
Yeah, it's some good stuff.
I will make this one easy. It is me. So for me, High Plains Drifter is just one of those movies for me. I would watch this movie. My father and I would watch this movie anytime it would come on. And trust me, growing up, it was constantly on TBS and all those stations on the weekends, at nights, and no matter when it came on, my father and I would sit down and watch all Clint Eastwood westerns, but especially High Plains Drifter. It's a great story. Man with no name, coming for vengeance, and it just has some brutality in it. Like, I love the old spaghetti westerns, but this period of Eastwood westerns where he's doing his thing. It's not the old spaghetti westerns. Have a certain level of violence and brutality in them that, you know, it's not always visual. A lot of things happen off camera, but it carries that kind of guerrilla quality of filming that was done in the 70s where things were a little more daring. So that one's special for me. Twin Peaks, I will always love as a TV series. It was my favorite TV series growing up. I actually yelled. I was on vacation with my parents when the finale was going to air on TV, and I made them leave the restaurant early so I could get back to the hotel room to watch the finale.
I've never seen that show.
Who killed?
Never seen Twin Peaks? I'm a huge David Lynch fan. Twin
Me
Peaks.
either, Bruce Burr. Never watched it.
The Log Lady.
Twin Peaks is the peak of. You would like it, but it mashes up absolute absurdism in a weird sort of soap opera setting on top of having some of the most disturbing horror elements that you could possibly imagine. It's a surreal masterpiece. I won't say I overly loved the reboot that they're the recent series that they did on Showtime. It wasn't bad. It cleared up a few things. The original TV series and the movie Firewalk with Me were fantastic. Plus, it just had smoking hot women in it. And as a young teenage boy, seeing smoking hot women that were kind of dressed like they were in the 50s, kind of like pinup models in a lot of ways. That also kind of appealed to me and probably led me down the path of deviance that I'm on currently.
You are deviant.
Yeah. Mike Tyson's Mysteries is just one of the funniest goddamn shows around.
Oh, it is.
I mean, you basically have kind of a Scooby-Doo premise, but Mike Tyson is the leader of the group. His Asian daughter is the brains kind of the group. There's a penguin, which is your animal aspect like the Scooby-Doo, but the pigeon. But the pigeon is voiced by Norm Macdonald. And he's absolutely insanely vulgar.
Yep. Hysterical.
And you have a
Phantom.
A ghost who's a bit of a dandy. And together they go and solve mysteries. And it is, if you like kind of that Scooby-Doo premise, but want to see something that's just absolutely hilarious and vulgar, it's definitely a winner. It's one of those things that I could always watch it and laugh hysterically. There's not too many things I can watch over and over again that I find funny that make me laugh as hard every time I watch it. This is one of those things. And for the album, I had to put in Frank Zappa Hot Rats. It is possibly one of the best albums ever made. I have a huge affinity for Zappa. When I was in college, my roommate and I had, I don't know, between us probably about 40 different Zappa albums, and nobody else understood Zappa that we were around. And there's a lot of weird Zappa albums, but this album is not only badass, but it's probably some of the most accessible Zappa, and it has one of my other favorite artists, Captain Beefheart, on the best track on the album, Willie the Pimp. That again, there's very few albums I can listen to over and over again where there's music where you just get that feeling like, oh, this is my favorite song, and that carries through no matter how long you've listened to it or how many years you've listened to it and know it. It still does it to me. So those are mine.
Very good. I'll check that Mike Tyson out. Now, does Mike Tyson voice it?
I believe he does.
Okay.
I believe it is him.
Did he bite any ears off during that show?
No, but he does make an Evander Holyfield joke in it about biting. So
It's just funny. Yeah, the
it's
daughter,
like I say, if you're sensitive to vulgar humor, it's probably not a show to watch.
the daughter
But
is funny. She takes off the clothes and she has like this like outstanding body underneath, and it's funny.
Wait, is the daughter Ahsoka? Oh wait, wrong show.
Wrong show.
The pigeon constantly making hilarious sexual references is beyond funny. Because number one, Norm Macdonald is one of my favorite comedians of all time because he didn't give a fuck. You know, he would make jokes and stand by those jokes, regardless of whether people found them funny, regardless of whether it cost him his job. And his style and delivery and sense of humor has always just amused the living shit out of me. All right, last but not least, this one might be tough. I don't know.
Yeah.
We have High School High as the movie, Speed Buggy as the cartoon, and
But there's something missing.
Yeah.
Hold on.
It's okay. We're one shy on Styx.
Oh.
Styx gets an incomplete on his assignment.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess anyone who's known me on this channel for the few years that I've been on here will know what TV show I gravitate to. So I had it in my news.
Yeah.
So
Wait, I think we all know who's who for that.
Who's who of who? Yes, that's correct. So for my movie, I decided to go with High School High because I do work in a high school, and it's not like an exact of what goes on in the high school, but this is kind of what I think of when I'm with the kids, because the shenanigans that some of these kids get into is like that would be a premise for a movie much like this. And if you've never seen this movie, it came out in what, 91?
What?
96. It came out in 1996.
Styx gets a
it's a
soundtrack with his?
I got my own theme tune.
Not fair.
Yeah. Give it a watch if you've never seen it. It is an older movie for some of you young kids out there. But it's funny. It's one of those kind of in the vein of the parody type movies that were coming out at the time, like Scary Movie and Not Another Teen Movie, not too far after that. And so it's a good tongue-in-cheek movie. So takes place obviously at a high school, and John Lovett's here, one of my favorite comedians.
He is funny.
I always watch The Critic whenever I see it on.
It stinks.
It stinks. Yes,
it's a great show.
Great show. So that's my movie.
My favorite Lovett's movie, and this is going to be completely off the wall though, is A League of Their Own. When he's
he's so great in that.
Yes, he is great in that. Yeah,
he is perfect in that. It's hilarious.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he has some roles, but he's not the head guy, but he definitely takes over some of the scenes that he's in. So great comedian. Speed Buggy. I didn't want to go straight with Scooby-Doo. Scooby-Doo probably is my favorite, but Speed Buggy is my second favorite. I've always loved this cartoon. It's not a long-lasting cartoon. I think it was only one season, but it had the same kind of premise to Scooby-Doo. You know, they travel around, solve mysteries, but this time, you get the car and it talks. So
can't go wrong.
I don't know why, but I do love this cartoon. And then, of course, for my album, this was my first.
You're an open book.
Forte into the Styx lifestyle. Kilroy was here. Got me to go back and listen to all their older stuff from Wood Nickel and A&M up until here, where it's what was it? Tiger, not something Tiger. I can't think of the name of the company, but I would go over. My buddy Scott was a Styx fan as well at the time, and he would have them all. And I wasn't much into music as a kid, but I grew to like this because he would always play it. And like I said, it got me to go back.
Somehow I get the feeling Styx's Wi-Fi password is like the easiest password in the world.
it is
Kilroy, Quick Kilroy was here with a 0.
Rock code. Yeah.
So we did have a question in the from the chat. When was your first Styx concert?
So I didn't get. I finally got to see Styx in concert in '95. '95 when they started doing the reunion tours, and it's a sad tale because I had bought tickets. It was '95, and they were going to be playing at the Saratoga Performing Arts Center down in Saratoga, New York. And like maybe a month before the concert, their drummer, John Panozzo, died of AIDS. And I never got a chance to see him perform in concert as a full Styx ensemble.
The full Styx, full original.
Yeah. And then, so that was, and then shortly after that, after he passed, Dennis went his separate ways from the band. And by the time I saw them in concert, they had brought back one of the other singers from one of their other albums. His name, Glenn Burtnick. They brought him in and as the lead singer. So it wasn't the same. I still enjoyed concerts. I've seen him a couple other times in concert. But I have also seen Dennis in concert. He came right here to my hometown for our little Harbor Fest, if you will. Got to see him play all the Styx hits, and so that was great.
That's always fun.
Yeah. Anytime you can get any member of a band to come, and you don't have to travel very far to see him, and it's free. Yeah. Great. He put on a great concert, though. It was, and he's not a young kid anymore. Dennis DeYoung. So he's, it was great to see him. So that's me.
Nice.
Styx. Enjoy it.
Styx.
We need to do a Doctor Who watch party for that. Special.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'd
be in for that.
It'd be fun for all you Who heads.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Well, while we have people up in costume.
Why? I'm gonna have nightmares, man. Come on.
Can't go wrong with Selma. Patty?
Hey, doesn't go back to that picture real quick.
Yeah.
Go back to the picture real quick. Does he look like Norm and Cheers?
It does. Oh, I saw him
look,
recently. He does
right?
not look. George Wendt does not look good.
I know.
Oh no.
He looks really bad. He looks like
Too many
George
beans.
Wendt. He looks like if you went to Madame Tussauds and took the George Wendt statue and put it in a 130-degree room for a while.
Oh damn! Really?
Yeah.
Damn.
Which is a shame because I saw an older Cheers reunion from a couple years back where they interviewed a bunch of them. And, man,
I met him just before pandemic, maybe a couple years before the pandemic. He was at Niagara Falls Comic-Con, and I got to meet him over there.
He was in his 30s when he was filming Cheers.
Yeah, and
I still watch reruns, and I'm like, really?
30 years old?
He was in his 30s. He was in his mid 30s when he was doing Cheers.
Damn.
Which is just nuts to me.
Uh,
All right, got a little just kind of open segment here for our last little segment of when we were young. Let me run the. So you leave, we got all these VGFX Jedi. It's crazy shit.
Good stuff, right?
So I figured we just end the show, just kind of bullshit a little bit about just trick-or-treating as a kid in general. From either perspective of tricks you used to pull or treats you used to really love to get as a kid.
What if you're still a trick? Oh, wait, wrong question. Sorry.
Yeah, that's for when you're older. Those are different tricks.
We're not talking about turning tricks.
No.
Oh, okay. Just saying.
No, I when you all were younger, was there a point where things turned for you between going out and getting candy and going out with friends instead and going and just fucking shit up?
You know, I can think of a couple of times.
Statutes of limitations have long passed unless you killed somebody on Halloween.
Nah.
And I'd say keep that to yourself. Other than that,
we used to fill up the eggs. We used to take out the yolk out of the eggs and fill them up with Nair.
Yes, I remember that.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah, and throw them at people.
Was it New York thing?
Yeah,
it was a New York thing.
That's fantastic.
Socks full of flour.
Yes, the socks of flour. You wax the
socks
body.
Of flour. Just with flour? Did you put in the hard-boiled eggs in there with them too?
Sometimes. Yeah. Sometimes it was eggs and flour.
Yeah.
Those are pretty good.
Bomb buses as they go by with the eggs.
Yeah, we used to hit a lot of things with the eggs. We never did too much with the toilet paper because it was just a pain in the ass.
Yeah. It was more eggs until stores stopped selling eggs to kids.
Yeah,
like,
stopped selling eggs on Halloween.
We actually
getting a 30-pack.
30-pack eggs used to sell out. They used to lock the eggs up. It's funny.
Yep.
We actually did the toilet paper quite a lot. My brother, like you said, the statutes of limitation long expired. So my brother worked at a grocery store, and I won't name the name of it's not in business anymore, I think. But anyway, he worked at a rather large grocery store, and when he would close, when he was on the closing crew, of course he'd have to take out the trash and stuff. He would stick rolls and rolls of toilet paper into a trash bag from the stock, from the back room, and then take it out like it was garbage, throw it in the dumpster, and then after the store closed, swing his car around and pick it up. And so we would have hundreds and hundreds of rolls of toilet paper by the time Halloween rolled around. And we used every one of them. Usually
this is the brother that likes to gamble, Jedi?
Yeah, it's my only brother. He's my only brother.
Nice.
And usually it would be on the teacher that we didn't like, or the girl that we did like, or whatever. So yeah.
There was a technique to it though. You had to have the technique.
Yeah, you had to I wouldn't say practice, but over the years we got pretty proficient at it. Yeah.
Yeah, because I would see people sometimes try to do it and like, you look stupid. You're just throwing a roll of toilet paper. It has to stream appropriately as it goes over. But
a lot of times, I remember the teacher, one of the teachers that we wrapped her house so, and she said, of course, I think she was just joking. She said, well, at least we use the good stuff. And she came out of the trees very easily. And it's like she was going to recycle it or repurpose it or whatever. She, oh, yeah, at least you guys use the good stuff.
Yeah, it was.
We did a lot of, we didn't do so much eggs. We did a lot of toilet paper, TP. And
we used to do a lot of eggs. And it all started, I guess, it's probably around middle school, around 13, 14. It was like, nobody felt like dressing up. Nobody was going to dress up. But you still wanted to be able to get out of the house and go raise some hell. And it was mostly eggs for us. For us, the winter was the big time for mischief. Once the snow came, because I grew up in Pittsburgh, so every road is like a hill like this. So what we would do is we'd get snowballs, dip them in water the night before, then leave them out so that they would freeze. And you'd be on one of the big hills, and on a day that it snowed really good, and you'd just hide in one of the houses or driveways on either side. And when the car was coming down, if you hopped out and pelted the living shit out of the car with snowballs, they couldn't stop for about 2 blocks because the roads were too slippery and the hills were too steep. So they would just slide for 2 blocks and they'd never be able to stop and catch up with you. Oh, that was fun.
I'd say we kind of went from trick or treating probably in elementary school. Junior high was probably water balloons. And then, like I said, by the time we got into high school and stuff, it was toilet paper, and that was it.
Yeah,
I'm impressed. I'm impressed by the New York, the Nair in the eggs.
Yeah,
that's pretty good. That's pretty brutal.
Some of the kids used to take their dog shit and put them in Ziploc bags.
Oh yeah,
and throw them at the other thing too. So you had shit in bags, Nair.
Don't put it out with your boot.
I've had the flaming ducks. We's gonna set that bag of shit on fire.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Woo!
gross.
That was
called
funny.
the shit poop.
Okay, it's funny. You have the toilet paper and the shit, the eggs, like everything.
Jesus.
Also, remember the stink bombs? You get the stink bombs?
Oh yeah.
You used to have that in Element 2. People were like, oh, it smells like shit over here because people used to we threw everything, man. We did. We used to freaking take candy from the kids.
What?
Like,
yeah, that's the one thing I never did because I was like, oh, I would have been so pissed as a kid if somebody did that to me. So we normally would just screw with people's houses. People that we knew that were assholes, that always would give out really shitty candy or be stingy, or the people that would have their lights off and not have their light on for trick or treating. We would normally hit those houses.
yeah, I know you're in there.
Yeah.
Trick or treat.
Yeah. I don't know. Like I said, one of my favorite parts of trick or treating as a kid was just seeing in my neighbors' houses. Because like the people that lived real close to me, I knew the families and stuff. So you were in their houses, but there would always be, 1 or 2 houses in that neighborhood that were like, I've never seen in that house. And then on the day of trick or treat, people would open their door. Half the time you come into people's houses, half the time, at least into their foyer and get candy. Like now everything's literally, 20 feet from the house. People will sit and set up. You don't get near anybody's house. Back in the day, you knock on the door, go inside somebody's house. They'd have the candy in there, stuff like that. But
I remember, I remember parties. I used to go to parties when I was a kid, and they used to have bobbing for apples.
Oh yeah,
and they had the whole big pot with the apples in it. They used to put money, they used to put quarters and change into the apples, and you go down and get the apple. And you used to have. You don't know if you bit the quarter or something because you buy it.
What? You used to go down. You used to go down for apples.
Bobbing for apples. That's what it's called. Bobbing for apples.
Oh, okay. Just wanted to make sure.
Yeah.
It was always the least hygienic
exactly.
activity for
spit floating around everywhere. Ugh.
Yeah.
You're like this. Go put your face in there. Let's try to get the apple. Come up. No one cared. We shared freaking soda. Everybody drank the same soda can growing up, man.
Not me.
People used to give out like homemade popcorn balls and stuff. Nobody's.
We used to throw those at the houses at night.
I don't want those crap.
We used to throw those back. Yeah, and anyone who gave out fruit, anyone who gave out apples, those were going back at the house later that night. Yeah, if they were just tossing an apple in there, yeah, that was always bad. Oh God, those popcorn balls were awful. Even the packaged ones were pretty horrible. But,
what about the candied apples? Candy apples used to get.
Candied I didn't like the caramel apples, but candied apples I liked until I had too much dental work, and then it became quite.
Then people started giving out toothpaste and toothbrushes.
Yeah, right. If the candy.
Oh yeah. Pumpkins were always destroyed. That was always something that. You would either blow them up or smash them, or normally blow them up.
I remember my wife used to buy. My wife would, just trying to save $1 or whatever. She would buy the the Walmart brand candy or whatever, and I'm like, "What the hell are you doing? You got to buy the good stuff."
What's a Twax? What's a Twax bar?
Yeah, you want to get us on? You don't want to get on the list.
Do you see that Walmart?
No one wants a Snockers.
Walmart is selling knockoff candy of like Snickers and stuff for like 50 cents, 60 cents. Actual candy bars for Walmart brand.
Are you asking me if they are?
No, have you seen them?
Oh,
no, they're doing it now.
Yeah, they're doing it now.
Yeah.
Oh, they're selling their brand.
Yeah, their brand of
So you could have a Snockers bar with your Dr. Topper.
Dr. Topper.
I used to, get like the lemon heads in the bag. Oh. I used to take those and fling them at buses going by. You put them on your finger, and you can chuck them, and they fly and hit the bus.
Oh, it was good.
Yeah, man.
I do like candy corn, though. I'll admit, I like candy.
I love candy corn.
I like candy corn now. I didn't like it as a kid.
No, you gotta eat it in moderation, though. If you can't just eat a bunch of it.
I found peanut butter ones, and they're really good.
So I just dropped in the chat a YouTube link that is going to link you to our Halloween talk on Rennavision from the tech show from last year, where we did the tier ranking for the Halloween candy. Nice. I watched it again last night. It was still great. Still a great show.
Bad down.
Yes, you could watch it and see how poor taste Marco has.
I used to take the candy corn, put it in my mouth, and make it have fangs. What do you think? Cool.
We should take the wrapping from the Reese's Pieces and stick them up like you had no teeth on top.
Oh, we used to do that. We used to do that with the blackjack because there would always be somebody that would give out blackjack gum.
Which, what's the worst candy?
Amazes.
What's the worst candy?
Licorice. Black licorice.
I've come to love black licorice now, but as a kid, God, I hated it.
My father ate that going in a style.
I am not a fan of Tootsie Rolls. Something about them. I just don't like them.
I love
Tootsie Rolls.
I like the vanilla ones.
I was
never. The big one looks like a piece of shit. It's just.
I think it was with you, Tom.
Yeah, I never liked anything that somebody would make homemade. Was offensive to me. If they were giving that out as some type of treat for trick or treating.
Yeah, if they're not family and they're making homemade goods to hand out. That's
it was always suspect.
Yeah, they said be careful. Razor blades. Remember the razor blades with the apples or the candy. Make sure you bite into things. People found needles in one sometimes. It was like, damn, man, people really do that shit.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm always more of a chocolate person, but on Halloween, going after trick or treating, I was always just a straight sugar. I was like, I'll save the chocolate for later, whatever, and I would hit nerds, especially if there were nerds in there. I was eating those until I was bouncing off the walls.
I like the fake cigarettes.
I love the fake cigarettes.
I don't know if you guys remember that there was a teacher that handed out cookies, but it wasn't cream; it was his DNA on it.
Oh, that's horrible.
Yeah,
what a horrible human.
Horrible human. Hopefully, he's still in jail.
I'm sorry, Lucifer, that you had one of those cookies.
No. No.
No.
I'm like, why does this cookie smell salty? No.
No. Yeah, he said, were any of your families big Halloween people? Like the people that the parents would dress up as well and hand out the candy and were really into decorating their houses?
No, we gave out candy. We never, you know what?
Well, there's giving out candy, but there's giving out candy. Then there's the whole family dresses up and tries to make their house like a mini haunted house for trick or treating. Or
my sister-in-law did it one time, but she really didn't. She did it one time, but other than that, her cousin did it too. That's about it. My family growing up, my mom and dad used to decorate, put stuff up. We used to have decorations for every holiday. Halloween used to be like ghosts, witches, goblins, and little the pumpkins, jack-o'-lanterns, and stuff like that. And then we'll have the candy. We'll have the big bucket of candy. People knock at the door. We used to give candy. My mom used to give candy. I ate most of it. You know, he used to get mad at me.
I just always knew there was always one family in the neighborhood that would have like the smoke machine in their house, and they'd be all dressed up, and there'd be the big booming speaker playing spooky music out front.
She's the mom.
That's I never understood that. Yeah, we did lose Jedi. Well, I know he's had a long day as well. He's been on a plane and he's sick.
Yeah.
But any last words for the night, guys?
Sure. My Monday show, I will be doing giveaways since I passed 200 subs. Yay!
Nice.
And at the end of Monday night stream, I will be giving away a slab. I haven't decided which slab, but I will be giving away a slab. So if you want a chance to win, please sub up to my channel, like, and set a notification.
Nothing better than Kingdom of Nerds. It's a good show. Good show.
That's it.
Well, Dom, any last words for the interwebs?
Well, be careful on Halloween. It's Tuesday. It's supposed to be pretty cool on that day. I was going to go to the Halloween parade to go see the parade in the village.
The parade?
Yeah, they got a parade that they every year they throw in the village.
Oh,
I was going to go, but I'm working. I'm actually doing a double that day.
Wait,
I had to make money.
wait,
I'll
do they
make
throw it
money.
in? Are we talking
And-
Greenwich Village?
Get what happened?
Okay.
Is the parade bigger now? Is the parade bigger now than it used to be,
Yes.
or is it
Bigger.
smaller
Yes.
now than it used to
You
be?
have everything.
They've been doing that for years and years.
So I'm
Lot of-
like right next
lot
to
of
it.
flair.
I'm like a few blocks away from where the parade is. So yeah, and I was like I said, I was gonna go. I'm gonna work, make money. I'll get candy from my job.
Thank you, Daniel.
You know, and
Let him, man. He can let himself in.
just be safe out there when you're going out there, have fun. You know, it's all about getting the candy.
I will say this about Holiday before you finish, Tom.
What happened?
All the tough guys in my neighborhood that were older than me, 17, 18, for some reason, they all dressed in drag every Halloween. It was hilarious. In the middle of East New York, Brownsville, Brooklyn, in the 80s and 90s.
Bunch of tough guys dressed up like Pinky Tuscadero from Greece.
Grabbed their mother's clothes. It was hilarious.
But yeah. So have a great Halloween, guys, and enjoy.
Yeah, be safe and keep your kids safe, and just try to do something enjoy.
Jedi, any final words of wisdom for everybody out there? It's great seeing your face again. So,
No, I wish I
brought a smile to everybody's
feeling
face.
a little better.
Hopefully, you're better by Monday.
Yeah, we'll see. I don't know. I don't know what I know I won't be on the Star Wars show this weekend, so we'll see how I feel by Monday. I did remember though. I don't know. I'll do it next week. A buddy of mine. I'll show it next week. I won't do it now. A buddy of mine brought me some Star Wars stuff.
Oh, nice.
Oh, there you go.
Am I back?
That's a good buddy.
Yeah, I think I'm having some internet issues. So, anyway, a buddy of mine brought me some Star Wars stuff from Japan. I'll show that off next week. I forgot about it.
Ooh,
fantastic.
Oh, you want to do it now?
International Star Wars.
Did he
It's
live
up
in
to
Japan?
you. It's up to you. I'd rather give you some rest if you want, because I know you had a long goddamn
Well,
day.
I mean, I'll do it. I can do it real quick. It won't take very long. It
Yeah.
won't take very long.
Oh no, I'm
It's
happy to see
not
it.
like
I'm
it brought me
excited
a
to
lot.
see it.
Yeah.
I love foreign Star Wars
so-
stuff.
Oh yeah.
This is
Was he-
this stuff is he's a contractor for my company, but he works in Japan. So this is it's like I think it's Darth Vader, but it's like got a suction cup
That
on
one
the
of the
back.
mystery.
Yeah, and I'm not sure which one is in this because I haven't opened it yet. It's sealed, but it's got like a suction cup thing on the back that you like stick on something.
Put it on
that's
your
pretty
dashboard or
cool.
something.
He got me this because this is obviously C-3PO, little C-3PO figure. And these are pretty cool. He brought me one. I don't know if this is all of the ones, but he bought me. So they have like these little mints, these mintia, or whatever breeze, but come in Star.
Froze.
We
Stormtrooper.
lost it.
No, there we go.
Probably the Mensa mints. No.
Oh,
Froze.
frozen.
Yep. I
Yeah.
think we lost him. If it pops back up there.
Well, kill time until he gets back.
Yeah. So if you enjoy the content that you're getting here, don't forget that tomorrow I believe there is an SNS.
I believe so.
Sunday you can watch the Dark Side Crew talk about anything and everything Star Wars.
Yep.
Monday, Bruce on Kingdom of Nerds has a phenomenal show where he can talk about everything great pop culture wise in terms of movies, comics, you name it. It's a great show, great cast. Wednesday, Tack Show. Join the boys for the crazy madness. See what dumb thing Marco says. It's a fun time. It's a great time to be there.
Daddy says Star Wars. You mean Marco yelled at Dom show?
Yes, basically.
Yeah.
But Tack is great with Dubs and Marco and Pete and Bruce. It's always a fun time.
And Corbin's back. So
Corbin's in and out when he's not dating 60-year-old women. He's
well, listen,
he's on the show.
Speaking about Star Wars show, freaking Wave Seeker, the friggin' end of Ahsoka, the statue that Balin was standing on. I said that's the daughter with the head off, and Wave Seeker's like, I don't think that's the daughter. And they never said it's the daughter, so I said I sent out something today, and all of a sudden they all get on me. Oh, this was said this. I'm like, dude, I've been saying it's the daughter. How come you guys don't believe me? Like the world between worlds. The hell, it's the world between worlds. Stop it. Why do you have to wait to friggin' get that damn confirmation? Listen to me.
Can you just save this to Sunday?
Yes.
We're trying to get back to Jedi and his cool stuff.
Yeah, I don't know. I think my wife didn't pay the internet bill or something. What's going on? So like these are the mints. These are like little mints. Got
ammunition.
Do they miss the mark like stormtroopers?
That's pretty cool.
Vader.
Very nice.
This is
the only mint
Luke.
that misses the mark.
Dom, you got Boba Fett.
Oh, nice. I like that. You're gonna send me that one, right?
This is another Vader because apparently Vader is very popular.
Yeah, I can imagine Vader being very popular
and
Japanese.
Of course, C-3PO.
You're gonna send me the Boba Fett, right? I got you.
One of these days.
When you send out the prizes you gave away, Dom, then Jedi can send you the mints.
So anyway, he just he knows we're both Star Wars fans, so he brings me stuff whenever he can from Japan. So it's pretty cool.
Does he live there? Or does he just go there often?
No, he lives there.
Okay. All right.
That C-3PO action figure Jedi?
Best C-3PO action figure? Oh God. I guess the original 10 back, or the 10 or 12 back.
10.
I mean, yes.
21 back.
That's what I would go with.
Yeah. Can't go wrong with the original.
All right, boys.
Certainly the most expensive, I would guess. Either the 10 back or the 21 back. But yeah, I mean.
So I got no clue what we got on tap for next week. If Jedi, if you're going to be here, Jedi, then we are doing Mike Plug. So we could talk some Ghost Rider and Werewolf by Night, and kind of carry a little Halloween hangover show, and cover some Ghost Rider and some good artist spotlight there. And I guess we'll try to marry up that stuff as well for some of the other segments, and have a good on time.
That's it.
Any final words there, Jedi? Words of wisdom for us all?
No, everybody be safe, and hopefully I'm 100% next week. Who knows? But yeah,
you will be.
Take care of yourself.
Hydrate. And again, tomorrow SNS, Sunday Star Wars, Monday Bruce on his Kingdom of Nerds show, Wednesday Tack, Friday before this show at 7:00 there is on Kingdom of Nerds, The Other Show, which
The Other
is
Show.
a great show with a great rundown of comics, some hot covers. Talk about cards and all kinds of good.
dudes.
I think I'm gonna start calling it the garage sale show. Everything you can find in a garage. So.
Always try to tune in for the 9 o'clock top 10, the CBSI Hot 10 list. And then, as always, we follow right after. So your week is complete. So until then, stay safe for the holidays. Thank you all for coming.
Happy Halloween.
And happy Halloween. If I can ever find the outro.